Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a UK weather update for the next week to 10 days. And I haven't done a UK update for a while now. It's been months, but there's something that's there's something in the pipeline in the next 6 days or so, or 7 days around that time frame. So the 25th to 26th of June, when we could get our first proper heat wave. And some models are going pretty extreme as well. Some of them are going to the 20 plus isotherm at 850 HPA, and that in the middle of August would get temperatures maybe into the low 40s. But because it's June and the sun isn't at its strongest, it'll probably be in the mid to high 30s, but you couldn't even reel at 40, and some of them is going above to 20 HPA. So that's something we're gonna have to really keep an eye on, really. So if we're going from Wednesday then into Thursday, it's looking pretty cool. Just plain westerly winds, so not even much to talk about, and just showery rain in nature. Then as we go on into Friday and then into the weekend, some high pressure starting to build up from the south, and this is the start of what's to come. So it just looks pretty calm, light winds, pretty nice days, sunny spells, and it's gonna be warming up as well, especially in the summer, and this high pressure over you and there's no light winds. It's kind of get over an effect. It'll heat up every day, it'll get warmer and warmer and warmer. We're going into Sunday and then into next week. You could say this low pressure here forming towards just to the west of Spain, and what that's going to do is it's going to make them more stable, and that's going to bring the air up from the south, from Spain in the likes of Africa. So this is going to bring really warm temperatures, and then we're going 850 HPA. You could see that the really warm air starting to pump out of Africa, and it's starting to head towards us. And as we go on into Monday and then into Tuesday, it's starting to get even more as low pressure is starting to come up, and it's really starting to drop the very extreme air from the south. And then as we go on into the middle of next week into Wednesday, into the end of Tuesday, you can see the 20 isotherm is hitting the southeast coast. But if we go on to here, it's still showing 20, but as we go on into Wednesday, we could see the 22 to 23 isotherm, and it could go higher than that. So this is pretty extreme, so don't be alarmed, because it's still a bit off, and I don't think it'll get that extreme, but it's something to keep an eye on. I definitely think we could be heading towards a heat wave. And then once that shunts away, the low pressures colliding into it, so that's going to create so obviously we're getting the moisture from the south, and then we're getting the instability from the southwest, and then when they collide, that's gonna ignite storms and thunderstorms, and I think the dew points are high enough. We could maybe, I'm not saying it's happening, but we could see some supercells maybe. You have to have high wind shear, vertical directional shear, where the direction, so the shear aloft and the shear on the ground, they're going different directions. That's called directional shear, and that's going to create rotation. So if that's in place, if the dew points above, if it's above 60 Fahrenheit, which is shown here, it's going to be around 20 odd Celsius, which equates to where it's favorable, then that creates enough moisture. So obviously we've got the wind shear, we've got the moisture, we've got the instability. So we could see supercells, and as I said, I'm not saying it's happening, but it's definitely a possibility. If we look at the Cape, if we go here, on here, you can definitely see in France, and that the Cape's extreme. And in some cases it's not as extreme in the UK, but there is some really high Cape. They're going towards a 2000 plus kilojoules per kilogram, so that is high, and the other runs also go higher. So if we're going this run, for example, the morning run, the Cape's well over 3000. That would be an extreme case, where if that was to come off, that would definitely could create supercells, because obviously the instability is high enough, so there's no tropospheric cap, where there will be a cap, but it'll be a lot higher, the cap. So the higher the cap is, the more it can grow, the more upward motion and the bigger the updraft can get, and the more healthier and more mature a storm can get. So if you don't like really like severe storms, you don't want the Cape really high at all. And like on the morning run, the 0 o'clock run, it was showing it, and on the recent run, it's not as extreme, but it's still pretty high, and it could go up and down. We'll just have to wait and see. Then towards the end of the run, so Friday and then Saturday towards the end of the month, just looks pretty zonal. Just winds coming out of the west, so it's going to be a lot cooler than like what it was before. And then if we look at the precipitation, not wet at the moment, but as we go on, the low pressure's coming in off the west, and that's going to create more rain. But that's far out in the run, so can't really say it's going to happen. And then the wind's turning from the north, interestingly, at the end, and it's getting pretty cool actually, especially for like for summer. Like Scotland could see the 0 isotherm in like peak summer, so that's interesting. We'll like have to wait and see, but I don't know if that'll come off. And then at the end of the run, we're just getting a plain westerly wind, some low pressures coming in. Look at the precipitation, just like barrels of rain coming in off the west, or like as we refer it as the pest from the west. Have a look at Brighton here at 850 HPA. So just give me like recommendations like in the comments, like where I should like do one. So like if someone like says, oh, could you show me what it's gonna look like at Middlesbrough on like this bit here, and like show you the 850 HP etc. I can do it. Or you could say London or whatever, or from another country. I could happily do that for you. But for today, we're doing a Brighton. So at the minute, it's above average, so it's 10 HPA, so pretty mild to start as. And then as we go on into the 21st second, it's gonna go below average for this time of year. And then here comes the surge of warmth, and towards the middle of the month, so like one of the more extreme ones is going towards 24 HPA, 24 degrees isotherm HPA. So that's the most extreme on the scale. But then the lowest one, 6. Or like lower than that, like 5. So this extreme part of the scale. So anything could happen, but we just have to wait and see. And then obviously the more we go on, it's going to get more uncertain, so we can't really look into it. But you can see here, like with the heat wave alone, there's a lot of uncertainty. Like when we get towards the 24th, this is a massive split of what's going to happen. So I think the next couple of days we'll have a better idea. Look at the ACM. So the ACM is showing low pressure, so like we're getting like north westerly wind on Thursday, and then into Friday, and then into Sunday. High pressure starting to form towards the east, and the winds are starting to come from the south. My phone dropped. Sorry. So the winds are coming from the southeasterly to an easterly wind, and then somehow that's pretty mild. And it's not as warm on the HPA scale, but when in summer, like the ground temperature shows differently. And the ACM is on board now, so now we're going to 24th. We're starting to draw the extreme air from the south, and as we go into Tuesday and Wednesday next week, the 20 degrees isotherm grazes the coast. So that just tells me that I think we're getting a heat wave, but how extreme we'll have to find out, and anything could happen. And we look at Brighton's dew point. Yeah, so when like this could happen, the dew point is towards 21 degrees, which is more than enough to support violent storms and maybe like supercell type storms. So as I said, I'm gonna keep people updated on that, and we'll just have to wait and see. But we've definitely got a heat wave on the way. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, subscribe, turn on the notifications so you don't miss another upload. And yeah, I'll be doing like more updates on this potential heat wave, and there's still a lot of uncertainties, so I'll keep doing updates, and I will do a video on this tomorrow.